So I had to come out here to my shed and do my inversion table, because I herniated my neck and back, 3 spots, um, and a couple of accidents throughout my life. So plus I tore my rotator cuff years ago, and it's nice to actually stretch when you're laying upside down and stretch that shoulder out. Um, what this is about is suicide prevention. This video. I wanted to talk to people because, man, we've lost, between me and my wife alone, we've lost 5 people that we know, and a few family members, and the rest were not family members. But uh, it's a really sad and horrible thing, to have people, and all these people are freaking doing it. It's like, no, everybody's checking out, man. They're tired of life or whatever the hell's going on. I've been pretty upset about my brother-in-law. He's the one that I knew the most, and I've known him since he was 6. And so it's taken its toll on me, like really taken its toll on me. Like I just like, I can't hardly work out. I usually have this drive about me, where I can work out, and I was working out every day for like months, and training hard and heavy, and running afterward and doing all this stuff, and man, like I've got a lot of guilt because I didn't call him enough, and um, man, at his funeral alone, just the one in southern Utah where he was buried, he there was like 200 people showed up, man, 200 people, and he was in the National Guard. Uh, a selfless person, really. He's a military guy, they and he's a really good dude, and things got to him through life, it just and I wasn't there for him, and I feel like I should have called him more. And I want to say, sorry about the nose, the nasal stuff. I don't have any way to blow my nose. Oh, yes, I do. I'm gonna pause this real quick. So anyway, I know that a lot of people, they contemplate suicide. They contemplate it probably every day, all day long. And they think in their mind, that they're tired of the fight, and they're done with it. They don't want to deal with the pain, whether it's physical or mental, or even spiritual stuff, going on. And sometimes it's a combination of all of them. And the thing is, you shouldn't give up. You should really try to keep doing things with your life. Like, just go out and help other people. And redirect that pain into something positive. I have a friend he was in horrible pain, physical pain, because of the military, and he killed himself too. About 3 months ago, and I never actually met him in person. And we just talked online, and he was super cool, man. He was a really nice guy. I always wanted to meet him. I just living in different areas, it's difficult to go see people. Plus, if you don't really know them, it's kind of awkward. Sometimes people don't want to actually meet you in person. But anyway, another one, I just literally was talking to him, like, I don't know, like 4 or 6 hours before he committed suicide. Uh, and I just typed in more stuff, try to get him to talk to me about something. I had no idea that he was going to do this, and I was just sitting there yapping away and no response. And then like 2 or 3 days later, I got, I saw it on Facebook, and I was like, oh man, it just sucks so much, and um, I know that people go through a lot of tremendous pain, like physical pain and mental anguish and stuff. Um, and I'm not a soldier. I've never been through anything like that, uh, I've had bad accidents and injuries, so physical pain I can relate to a degree, herniated discs, broken bones, torn muscles and ligaments and stuff like that. My neck, having the injuries that I've had, it's been excruciating, like I a couple of times I could barely open my eyes up. My pain was so bad. Now, as far as the stuff that people go through with, the mental and the spiritual anguish, from things that have to deal with war or, traumatizing childhoods, I don't have any solution for that. I know that um, there's something that can work on both of them that will really, really help. I've had some things in my past that I don't really like to tell people about my past. Things that that I've dealt with. I don't think that's it's something I don't want to throw out there in the world. But um, as far as like the physical pain goes, I take uh, CBD oil. Some people smoke weed or they eat weed, whatever. They just put it in their food and they consume it. Um, there's all kinds of uh, natural pain relieving type things like that, and you could look into it. You might have to take higher doses than what other people do to function, but it's better than taking pain pills, and it's better than taking ibuprofen and acetaminophen. And the reason that is better is because CBD oil, for example, has never caused anybody liver or kidney damage. I got kidney damage from ibuprofen because after my neck and stuff, in order to function and do my job, I had to just take 9 to 1,200 milligrams a day for 2 years, man. And finally, I found another solution with the CBD oil, and then I take enzymes for my neck and back too. And so, as far as the physical pain area goes, I just want to say that there are options like that, CBD oils, and there's other things like Chinese herbal medicines and Chinese acupuncture. Um, I've never done Chinese acupuncture, but I know people that swear by it. They say that, people are like, chiropractors are great, but this is awesome. And then I've had other people say chiropractors are, the best, and, the, the, uh, the needlework isn't. So, I mean, just try stuff, don't give up because of physical pain. And also, there's a guy named Wim Hof. He's a yogi. He's a yoga type. He's like a superhero, and he went through some mental and spiritual uh, trauma when he lost his wife. And he went out and broke through the ice in where he lives, and he dropped into it. Submerged himself into it, and held his breath as long as he could and got back out. And he did it over and over and over. I don't know if it was the same day or whatever, but he did it in order to fight that anguish that he felt in his heart and his brain. And so check out Wim Hof. Wim Hof is something that people are raving about, like everywhere. People are like, because this guy is like a superhero. He's got the longest time in being submerged in water, cold water, and he's ran Mount Everest and stuff in his boxer shorts and a and a t-shirt, and then he's been in I think he ran in no shoes or something. It was crazy, but he knows a thing or two about pain too. Like through mental training and dealing with pain, because obviously it's going to be extremely painful running in snow. I know that because I ran in minimalist running shoes in the snow, and it's quite painful actually. Um, I will say too that as far as doing something along those lines with Wim Hof, and yoga is another great thing. Learn Qi Kung, which is spelled Gong, I believe. So it's said Qigong. Tai Chi is another one. All this stuff is things that will help your physical and mental state. Um, you just don't give up. Take CBD oils. There's got to be other stuff out there too that will help. As far as like mental stuff is like the CBD oil helps that too. It really does. And then as far as spiritually goes, once your brain is clear of all that fog, that craziness that's in there that stresses us out, that then you can become more spiritual. And also, when it comes to having this issue, uh, where you want to, where you're trying to learn about uh, teaching yourself spirituality. And I'm not talking about religion or anything like that. I'm talking about spiritually. Excuse me. Because, the Wim Hof thing is another thing, like I said, is to deal with spirituality, physical and mental. It's a thing with all of it. So it's extremely effective and it's amazing. I've done it. I quit doing it a couple times. I've done it 2 or 3 times, 3 times, and I've quit 3 times. I always, uh, I always go back to it. I don't do it on a consistent basis or anything. A lot of people swear by it, that you should just keep doing it. I I didn't, but I should. I really should get back into it. I have panic attacks and anxiety issues, and it has to do with certain things that happened to me in my life. So um, I will just tell you that if you, instead of giving up and killing yourself, don't don't do that. There's so many ways to keep going and keep. We're all gonna die anyway. We're and a lot of people say, well, I want to die on my own terms. You're not dying on your own terms. I mean, I know you're like, you're aiming it toward, like, I'm gonna kill myself now, and it's, yeah, technically, you're doing it, but you know you're letting the outside influence, mess with the inside, and it's winning. The outside is winning against you, and you don't have to deal with that. You can beat it. You don't have to. Um, physically, like, it's strange. I had severe depression growing up. From an early age, around teenage years, I started getting it. With the hormones and everything, and then not eating good, or eating anything good. I was eating crap and drinking tons of caffeine, and so one thing that I found that works really well is go get go get a B vitamin complex and vitamin C, and get amino acid, like a full amino acid branch chain, where it's got everything in it, and you know, quit quit taking in a ton of high carbs. Like, eat a low glycemic carb type thing, which is like like berries, blueberries, etc. Look up something that will really help people with depression, is the keto diet and also carnivore diet. Uh, just check those out. Uh, you got to get your body feeling good, and your brain is part of that body. Like, your mind is something that can be altered when you poison yourself, obviously, right? So if you're not eating right, you're technically, lacking something, so then you're going to not feel good. And so the point I'm making is give your body what it needs, and you might feel better. And I know about addiction. I mean, I don't know all the addiction problems, obviously, but I have my own, and in order to beat what I have to beat, which is the depression and anxiety, and having, these, I guess, uh, bouts of various issues. I'll just leave it at that. Um, in order to fight all that kind of stuff, I give my body what it needs. Eat mainly meat, red meat, because I don't really like chicken and I don't like fish too much. I'll eat it, but it's not something that I go on purpose and eat. If my wife decides to cook that she's like, hey, I want you to try this, and I'll try it. She loves doing keto stuff. Myself, I, uh, I like it a lot better than the carnivore diet, just simply because and I love meat. Don't get me wrong, but I want to eat more than just meat every day, and I love the fat on the meat and everything. It's delicious. But um, give your body what it needs, and also go work out. Go get yourself a mountain bike, a bike. Go get some walking shoes, running shoes, whatever, and go work out. Go get a jump rope. Go do anything, and better yourself. Go get out there in the sunshine. Even if like right now I'm in Wyoming, right, and so it is freaking cold out. It gets nasty, and then it gets really warm, and then it gets nasty again, and you don't even know. Like, you just bring a hoodie everywhere you go. If you go take a run, you got to check the phone and make sure it's not going to dip below negative temp when you go take a run, because if you go take off running in the desert and all of a sudden, boom, it's like 30 below, you'll die. So in that, figure out, go for walks, man. Go for walks every day. And if you don't want to burn your lungs, put a bandana over your mouth, and it heats up the air before you inhale it. So if you live in like Alaska or somewhere cold, Wyoming, Nevada, or not Nevada, Nebraska, anything like that where it's snowing. I guess Nevada snows too, but anywhere where it sucks in the wintertime, and where you don't want to go outside, force yourself outside. Get warm, get dressed, uh, and just go outside and breathe in that fresh air, and straighten up and breathe. Look at the sky. Close your eyes. Look at the sky. Keep your face up. Keep your eyes open or closed, and just keep doing that back and forth. And try to get sun on your face, and um, watch your favorite program. Click on the TV, and like, for example, I love watching X-Files. Even if it's old reruns, watching cartoons. Smart Aleck cartoons, Family Guy, whatever. I'll just watch it, right, and I'll do 10 push-ups, and then I'll get up and sit there for a minute, get back down, do another, do 15, and then do 20, then do 25, then do 30, and I'll just keep bumping it up. And I did that all the time, and I think it was within the year, like 10 months, I went from 20 or 27 push-ups, I think is what it was, and I got up to 80 push-ups within that time, and by doing that program. And I was just watching TV, and then when an advertisement hit, because you got about a minute of advertisement, right? So you just drop down, and then you wait till the next one comes on, and then you do it again, because it's typically like it's like a minute of advertisements and 2 minutes of watching, and then on and on. So you just kind of do something like that. I don't know how big your house is. Most people's homes, at least my home, didn't have high ceilings except this place. I can't do jump ropes in there because my cats will think it's a toy and jump on it in a mid swing, and I'd probably kill them. So I do my jump roping outside. I don't do exer biking inside because I'm afraid of the same thing. I'll kill a cat. My row machine almost killed a cat. So I'm very careful. But what I'm saying is, get some exercise, get the right nutrition, get your yoga stuff going, and you'll feel better inside, and you'll feel better within a day, man. I swear to God, you'll feel better. And every day that you do it, you're getting closer to being better and being healthier, away from that darkness, that thing is trying to pull you down inside. Um, I want to tell you, people need you. I know that a lot of times people think, well, my kids will be better without me. My family will be better without me. They don't even talk to me when I come into the house. That no one cares. And I get that, but everybody goes through this. Everybody gets in this mentality where they're like, they're depressed. And they're like, man, I wish my family cared about me a little bit more. Why didn't they say nothing? I had a really crap day. No one cares. Everybody's kind of doing their own thing. Well, no one knows what you went through, so they don't. You can't expect them to be, a mind reader. So, um, if you want to talk about it or you want someone to understand, you have to talk about it. It's just how it goes. Just their your family would care if you talk to them about it. And let's say they don't care. Let's say they're somebody, they're super busy and they can't, or whatever, something's going on. There's hotlines, there's people out there that you can, get on social media and get on something and find people that are, the suicide prevention group or something, and talk to people. You don't have to. You can use a fake name if you want, and get a new account, and use a fake name if you're afraid, of people knowing who you are. You could be, like, I understand, like, you could be a military person or law enforcement or whatever, and you have to have guns, and people are like, I don't know if we should have this guy, being suicidal, and he's doing this. He's got access to guns. I get where you're coming from. People are afraid to go get help simply because they could lose their position or what have you. And so I get that. But it's better than you dying. There's when you kill yourself, what happens is that sadness that you felt, it doesn't die. It's like this negative energy. I know you probably all heard that energy doesn't die, that it changes. It goes and does something else, kind of, but it never dies. And so that negative energy that was inside of you give it to everybody. Everybody that ever loved you or cared about you is going to feel some kind of pain. And I know you don't want to do that. I know that that's not your purpose, but you should keep fighting. You should keep fighting and do the things that I told you to do for your physical, mental, and spiritual health. And don't give up on things. I got away from what I was saying. Um, I guess what I'm trying to say is that, if you need help, find somebody online and they'll help you if your family member is too busy. Um, but if you could see how your parents, or how your wife, or your husband, or your brothers and sisters, when they get the bad news that you died, if you could see their face and see how they collapse on the ground, how they fall over, literally fall over, because they can't. There's so much to register, because all those memories, all those happy memories of you and them, and just flood into your mind like that, boom, and it's like a wave of, um, love that is now gone. Like, it's not gone, but it hits you, and they realize they can't have a conversation with you anymore because you died. That's that is the one of the worst things to know, that you can't fix that. You can't call them up and say, hey man, I'm sorry, I'm sorry I was rude, I'm sorry I did this or that, because we all try to work things out on our own time, but time is not our friend and it's not on our side. It's just a happening, and so we have a certain amount of energy in our bodies, and it expels. And then if someone dies and you don't have enough time to say you're sorry, then that sucks, man. I mean, I You know, my mom died at 57, and a lot of people are like, oh, that's, some people, like younger people, are like, oh, that's pretty old, but it's not. 57's young, and um, the thing is there's still stuff I wish I could talk to her about. Stuff that I never got to work out in my head, or get to explain. Certain things that I felt, I'm sorry for. That I, things that I did, I wanted to say I'm sorry for. And I know that she, you know, I was a kid and stuff like that, but and she's my mom, but there's a lot of things. Most people don't need to hear things like that, but um, don't. I mean, they're like, when you're all this pain and suffering that you feel, you got to remember too that give up point is comes in your mind. It starts in your brain. Like, damn it, I don't want to do this anymore. And it's all about what you say, how you say it in the beginning. It's the beginning stages of, you know, um, f this. I'm tired of it. I'm done. And it's that mentality, that attitude, because you're tired and you're worn out, because you're giving so much of your energy out, and you're not doing anything for yourself. And so, like you're passing yourself out, right? You're just here to take a strip of me, a strip of me, a strip of me, and you have nothing for yourself. And so that's what's going on. And that mentality will kill you. It will kill you. Um, and that's why you end up killing yourself, is because you say things like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm tired of this shit. I'm done. F this. I don't want to do it no more. And that's where it begins, and that's where, unfortunately, where it ends with some people. But I want to say something. When you were a kid and you had, whether it was your brothers or sisters or cousins or whatever, and you were mad at them, or your friends or whatever, and you're really really angry with them because of whatever they've done, and you were like, hell with them, I'm not going to talk to them. But then later you ended up talking to them, and you're like, that love that you felt for them is more important than the argument. Even though you're still pissed off at them, but you're like, I love them more than the problem, the issue. And sometimes people have to redirect that energy into something else. There's plenty of people that made me mad, right? It's like everybody. I just let it go. I was thinking, I had a friend for a very long time, and they pulled a lot of crap on me, like really bad stuff on me, and I actually forgot completely about it because I let it go. That's what I do. I was just like, okay, well, if I keep thinking about it, I'm going to be angry forever, So I just, like the old Buddhist thing is, like, just drop it off you, quit carrying it around. And so you gotta forgive people. You just let it go. Don't let it eat you up and consume you. Man, just, I know you want to give up and you're tired, and you don't want to deal with this, but deal with it anyway. Um, I think one of the coolest things I read when I was a kid, and it kind of helped me kept going when I was a kid. And I'm not saying I was suicidal then or anything like that, but what kept me going was, it said, strong or bad times. Uh, how's it go? Hard times don't last, but hard people do. Um, it's uh, it's about pushing through things. Becoming that, having that warrior mindset. A warrior mindset is just somebody that fights against whatever negative energy that's coming toward them. They'll fight it. Um, anyway, I've got less than a minute left. Just remember, keep fighting. Don't give up. People really do need you in this world, whether you think they do or not. Get out, have fun, live life. Don't end yourself. You're going to destroy so many people if you do this. I mean, that is a pain they'll never ever get rid of, and it is a wound that will never heal. Um, please don't kill yourself. Uh, Everybody loves you, and people need you. They really do need you. And just remember, keep fighting, and y'all take care, okay? And please comment. And if you need something, just talk to me. I'll talk to you back.